What is up, my loves and fellow creatives? I am sitting on a bunch of designs that I need to go ahead and get out to you all. I know y'all are patient as always and supportive as always. So I want to tell you thank you, thank you. And let's see who we have here. E, what's up, love? My Custom TQ7, hey, love. And Kimlin, what's up? So we're going to flip this design. I'm going to show you how to edit it as is in case you purchase the one that's going to have this graphic in it. And then I'm going to do a remix version of it where we show you how to not use the glitter, still change out the colors, and I'll probably do like a football player or something just to give you an idea how it goes. All right. So it's good to see y'all. I'm going to try to do a couple more lives a week now. I'm trying to catch up on some other things, but y'all know I love y'all and I miss you. All right, so let's go ahead and get this thing popping. I didn't find any like alternatives to what I want to change this to, so we're just going to create this on the fly as if it were a customer needing this created on the fly. And in this case, I want to show you some of the features you can use to change out colors in the design, because the way that the cartoon is, it has a few layer adjustments to it. So I want you to get used to those layer adjustments, okay? Let me go ahead and turn on my color swatches. Where are they? Did I delete them? I think I mistakenly deleted them. It's okay, I'll show you how to create them. So I guess this will be a good way to show you how to make some quick color swatches. So let's do that right now. I can't believe I deleted my color swatches. But then again, I can. Knowing me, I probably pressed delete and didn't know what I was touching. All right, so let's go ahead and create those right now. Y'all ask me how I make them. It's as simple as getting a rectangle tool, creating a shape here. I'm looking over in my properties and I see it has no fill. I'm just going to go ahead and give it just any color fill right now and no outline. And then this is going to be on top of everything that's going on right now. Place it on top there. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to alt click and drag. 1, 2, I think this design has 4 colors. So I'm going to need 4 swatches. And then I'm going to take those 4 rectangles and I'm going to grab color 1. I'm going to copy this layer style. Now usually I'm doing it opposite. I am creating the layer style on the swatch and then pasting it onto the camo, but I need to set this up for y'all so you will not have to do this process. And let me do that to this one. Paste layer style, that's going to be the top one, so we'll call this one color 1 just to keep it consistent. And let me close out everything that's in my way. Color 2, I'm going to copy that layer style. Go on and paste it up here. Paste layer style. And that's not color 2. What am I doing? That's going to be color 2. Paste layer style. Let's go ahead and label them. All right, next one is color 3. We're going to copy this layer style and paste the layer style. Copy layer style and paste layer style. So this basically shows us what our whole color scheme is. So this entire design is pretty much designed off of these 4 colors. And I can go ahead and close those up so they don't take up so much room. And then what I like to do is, while I'm designing, I'll kind of stretch these over into my design layer And then I will actually, let's group this and call these the color swatches. I like to drag them down while I'm working on them closer to my, oh, the color palette was there the whole time. I didn't see it. You know why I didn't see it? Because it was underneath. Here's my color palette. So I just did all that work for nothing, but it did at least show you how the color palette works. And I need to put this above. Here we go. All right, those were my old color swatches anyway, so I'm gonna get rid of those. Uh-oh, not those, these. This color palette is my old color palette. All right, so I decided to do something with a little bit brighter colors, but you'll be able to change this to whatever color scheme that you want. If anyone can post a link right now to something that they want to match, whether it be sneakers or just a color palette that you really like, if you post that link and I use it in the next minute or so, then you will get this template for free. So let's go ahead and make this interactive. Like if you Google right now, any type of shoe that you want to do, I know y'all have some examples in the group, but I want to pretty much pay homage to the folks that are with us live right now. And I'm just closing down some of these tabs on my browser so we don't get shut down. All right, meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and look for my switch up color or my switch up image. So I'm doing Russell Wilson of the Seattle Seahawks. No particular rhyme or reason, but I know they have some really cool colors, the Seahawks, and I think we'll make this template look really cool if we can switch all the way from one mode to another. So get back into sports, see if I find a good image, and I can pull this down here so you all can see what I'm looking at. I'm looking for a large image. Of course, if you give the template, please don't expect that it's going to have like the photo image. At the very least, I might, like if I cartoon something, I might leave it in the template. But because of copyright reasons, I can't sell anything to you that's going to have somebody else's stuff in it as far as their legally owned artwork. So we'll do, matter of fact, I'll show y'all a little something too. Looking for large images. I'm looking for that bright color. There we go. So I'm going to right click. This is how I do stuff. I open the image in a new tab. I check it out, vet it a little bit, see if that's actually the image. If it's large format, like they say it is, then I save the image. Save. And then I go to remove BG because I'm not trying to spend all this time removing the background if I don't need to. And see how well it does. It looks good to me. I don't even have to clean it up. In this case, since I'm not going to be doing anything with this image as far as making it a sellable file, then I'm going to download the preview version to not waste up one of my credits. And let's drag and drop it. So before I drag and drop it, let me tell y'all a tip. And the first thing that I do before I drag anything in is I find what I want to replace. So I'm going to go to Photos because when I right click on it, that's more than likely where my image is. And then I'll turn that folder off to see, hey, is that where I want to be? And that is where I want to be. So if I have it actively selected, when I drag something in, it's going to immediately go on top of whatever I have currently selected. So let me show you this. I'll show you better than I can tell you. All right, so let's go back to our browser, and I'm just going to pull it right from down here. or I can pull it from my folder. As soon as you hover over the artboard, it turns into a plus sign. That's how you know it's going to add that image. And then we're going to want to resize it. This image isn't going to be optimal, but it'll be good enough because I did the free preview. So once I hit enter, those pixels should disappear and I should get a better version of the image. All right, so I'm just going to use this right now to create the color scheme. And let me check out and see if you all came up with a color scheme for me. Let's check the notes. All right. Pamela says Nike Air Max Rainbow. Let me look it up. Ooh. All right, so you're going to have to tell me which one it is. Are they these? Let me see if I go to images. And I'm not looking for anything really high image. I'm just looking for something that's great enough to pick the colors from. So I'm kind of careful about what I'm looking at because I want to make sure that the photo looks like it has decent lighting. You just don't know when images are oversaturated whether you're really going to be picking the real colors or not. So let me know, is this the image here? Is that the right color? Because if so, I'm going to go ahead and save it and do remove BG and do the free version as well. Oh, so WebP. You want me to show y'all a trick? If something says it's a WebP image and y'all think it's impossible to do anything with, right click and open that bad boy up in Paint. Open with Paint. And then File, Save As, and save it as a JPEG. Makes your life a whole lot easier. And then you can pull it onto your Remove BG. And also you can open in Photoshop. You cannot open a WebP file right now in Photoshop. I'm sure they'll fix that eventually. But just so you know that you can do something with it. You don't have to go to those converters online because I know they have converters online where you can convert it. You don't have to risk playing with those websites in your computer. We do enough of that risking in this industry, downloading all kind of graphics and stuff. So if you don't have to, don't do it. Now I'm going to just drag and drop the image in here for the shoes, just like I did with the image of the football player. And because it's one of my my inspiration images, I'm going to bring it to the top. I usually set it over here because this is also where I typically have my swatches. So my swatches are still extended over here into the white. And the reason why I like them on the white when I'm creating my colors is because you don't want colors touching colors when you're judging colors. If you have colors on colors when you're judging colors, more than likely you're going to get a little bit of like eye strain, trying to really see what the color is, and then you start blending colors around it on top of the color that you really think you're looking at. So let's right click, let's grab those color swatches. And just for right now, while I'm picking my colors, I'm going to bring it all the way to the top. Okay, and let's do our color change. So for right now, let me turn off Mr. Wilson. And we're going to do the color change just on these swatches, and then we'll use those color swatches to change the camo and also Uncle Clifford's outfit and hair color. All right, so color number 1, and I'm going to switch the mode, just the order. Just changing the layer order. So color 1 is up top. Makes a little more sense. We're going to double click on the FX here. The FX pops up in the other window. And I have a color overlay going on where I'm going to set a new color overlay so that I keep all my old color overlays. And then for this specific one, let's say the main color might be the red. Now I'm trying to pick a good red here, but this may or may not be an accurate color representation. So you have to keep that in mind when you're doing these type of designs. All right, now we have that one done. I'm going to go ahead and do the FX for the next one. I'm going to add a color overlay so I don't override my last one. And for this one, let's say I want to kind of contrast between them just in case I put light colors together. Let's say I'm going to grab that blue color. Color number 3. I'm going to add a color overlay. Select the last one. And this one, let's grab green. And for the final one, let's do yellow. Well, this one I think we should probably do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It might be 5 colors that you end up using in this. But I'm just showing you how to change out your swatches. In this design, it only requires 4 colors because the camo is only composed of 4 colors. That doesn't mean you can't take your camo and do like gradients within one of the colors so that you can have a blend effect, which is probably what I'm going to do from the red to the yellow and from the blue to the purple. And you'll see that in just a moment. So let's do the last one. We say we're going to do blue to purple, red to yellow. Green will probably just be what it is. So let me go ahead. I'm going to grab an orange just in case. I kind of want a nice standalone orange. All right, so now let's get into it. We're going to keep black probably in here just by the black and the brick. So I'm not too concerned about preserving the black. All right, so now that I have my swatches where I want them, the reason why I pull them down is because I want my swatches really and truly closer to where I'm going to change my colors. And it makes a difference to me because when I do my copy and paste layer styles, I don't want to have to scroll too much. I'm a little bit lazy when it comes to that. So let's go ahead and replace our colors. So let's take color number 1. And here's the thing too, this is where we can get into our gradient. So color number 1 doesn't have to be a color, it can be a gradient. So I'm gonna switch it up on you. We say we're gonna switch up. If you don't see an option here, like I'm looking for gradient overlay, you can come down here to your FX and let's do a gradient overlay. So let's still start with, for the gradient overlay, I'm clicking on my gradient, clicking one color stop. I'm gonna start with the red and I'm going to make a few instances of the red. And then I'm going to come back and just do one instance here. We're going to change it to this yellow color. And I'm probably going to brighten it up a little bit just to make my own yellow. And then what I'm going to do is once I click on this yellow, every time you click on a color stop, you pretty much picked up what that color is. And then when you place it back down in the line here, you end up pasting that very color there. So you can't see what's going on right now because it's on gradient overlay, but let's go ahead and change it to color overlay. Looks a little weird right now, but when I recolor, I'm going to be recoloring this big old space here. So that's the reason why I created a lot of different breaks in the gradient. And then I'm going to change this to 0 degrees so it goes left to right. And I might even, kind of make it angled just depending on what I want it to look like. So we'll keep that. I'm going to change this to new. So I have that down here. Just in case I want to save that gradient for another application. All right, so let's try it. Let's copy this layer style and we'll paste the layer style on our color 1. Paste layer style. And you see immediately it took where that solid color pink was and it made it go from the yellow to the orange to the red. So that already made like a really cool change. I didn't expect it to look like that, but we'll see once we build on the other colors. Now let's say for the blue, maybe I do want to go from, I'm liking the faded look. I didn't expect to like it, but I do. So let's try it out. We already know how we can do a solid color, so let's figure out something else. So for color 2, let's just say we're going to go with the solid blue. So I am going to select color 2. Let's copy that layer style, and then you'll see what a solid color looks like. So once we go to pattern 2, right click, paste layer style, and it's going to override the existing layer style. And now that blue's in there. It looks really good. And I think I said I was going to do blue to purple. So we'll leave it like blue by itself, and then I'll show you how we can do blue to purple. And then of course the green here, we're going to go back to our color 3, copy the layer style for just that green, and paste it onto color 3. And this is just a way of keeping up with your numbers and your colors. You can switch these up. You don't have to do them in this order. This just helps me to identify 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I know what I'm working with. All right, so maybe color 4 then. Let's make it oh, you know what? I didn't say I was going to do color overlay. I said I was going to do a gradient overlay. And this time I'm going to pick the orange to red, and then I'm going to turn off these other color overlays so I can really see what I'm doing. And in this case, instead of the red, let's say I said I was going to do blue to purple. So let's do the blue. Let's click on one color stop. We'll grab that blue. And then the next color stop, we'll do purple. And then I'm just hitting the delete key because I'm not being scientific about where these parts are, but I definitely don't want to replace each and every color. Okay, so in this case, I have the blue, I have the purple, and if I want to continue to put some more blue, it's changing it to red because red was the last color that I touched. So now I touch the blue, 1, 2, we'll do that, and then bring the purple in. And maybe we change the angle of it, and maybe even the scale of it. Don't know what that's going to look like, but let's try it out. Let's copy this layer style for 4, and let's paste the layer style on our pattern for color 4. All right, and already I'm seeing that this solid blue just does a little too much because it's solid, but it's also touching where it blends with the purple. So I'm going to probably just let this layer be purple. Because I like how the red fades. I always like how red fades in the orange. It always looks like a fire, flames. But in this case, let's do, for color 4, let's just do a solid color and let that be purple. And then I will show you one more thing that you can do. So let's say you don't want to change each and every individual color for the camo. You can just do an overall gradient that has all of the colors just like this shirt does. So let's show you what that looks like. Now this, you won't have to create it because I'm going to create it right now. All you'll have to do is duplicate it. I'm going to do a new adjustment layer, and instead of a solid color, we're going to do a gradient. And I'm going to just pick like black to white right now. Then I'll click on the gradient swatch. And of course, I'm going to make my own gradient. So I'm going to start with the red here, create another color stop. I'm going to pick up some of the darker orange. Then I'm going to pick up the sunset and the lighter yellow color. Make another color stop. I'm picking up that green. Then I'm going to pick up some of this blue, this pretty blue here. And it's almost going to fade it for me. Then I'll pick up some of the purple. All right, so automatically we have our own very, very similar colorway to this shoe style. And then, of course, I'll probably do something like change the angle of it because I don't just like it to be straight up and down if it's a background gradient. I'll say okay. And we are going to change the blend mode here. Probably change it to color. So see how now I still have the camo look, but I have more of a monochromatic camo. So each color of the pattern of the camo isn't one particular color, but we also get this nice gradient that we get the idea from the shoe. So I think I'm going to rotate this gradient a little bit so I can get a little more yellow and red up in here. Because down here in the bricks, we see a lot of black. So I can do that by repeating my color towards the end here. So I can bring that red in here. And I'm going to go back just a little bit to show you. That instead of repeating the color, we can choose a different mode. I like to do angle quite a lot. Y'all know I like to do angle. Or if we do linear, I'm going to scale it down a little bit. And then I'm going to rotate my colors. There we go. There we go. Seeing more of the left to right. I'm digging the left to right. Let me know what y'all think. All right. So now we have a new colorway. We have to figure out how to make Clifford match, or Uncle Clifford match the colorway that we came up with. And it just so happens to be rainbow. So I'm sure that works out perfect for this style design. So let's do it. So now the colorways here, the swatches don't really matter. We'll do that with the football version of it. We'll change the solid color swatches. All right, so here we go. Changing out the outfit color. We're going to go to, I have a couple of versions here. So this is the teal pink. This one is the teal maroon, and they're very subtle, but they are different. And all I'm doing is I'm taking this layer, I'm going to duplicate it, right click and duplicate layer. And then I'm going to play with the hue and saturation of the colors in this layer. Now I do have to make sure that everything is turned off here and here. And then I also have, if you just want it to be a black, blacked out, all of his clothing blacked out, you do have that option. And the hair colors separately. So you can color the hair without coloring the outfit and vice versa. So let's go ahead, let's take off the black here because we are going to recolor this. I'm going to double click on this icon here. This icon is the hue saturation layer adjustment. So instead of controlling it by master, I'm going to pick each color. I know there's some reds in here. And let's say that I just want to bring out, I'm going to bring out more purple. And maybe yellow and red. It just depends on what we're playing with. So let's take reds. And right now we've kind of pushed red to whatever hue we want it to be. But I want it to actually be red. So I'm going to pull it more towards the center. Saturation is cranked up, so it's going to be a nice intense red. And then if I want it darker, I will pull down the lightness, make it more like a burgundy. If I want it really light, I can bring it up, but In this case, I think right in the center is pretty good for us. Next color, let's play with the yellows. So right now, saturation for yellows is all the way down. If I bring it all the way up, I see that I have a little bit of yellow in there. So I'm going to let that yellow come through on this design because we have yellow in our background. The green, right now I'm going to crank the saturation all the way up and see where green is. Right now we have it turned all the way down for saturation, which makes it gray. So let's crank that up because we definitely have some primary kind of a little subdued primary green in here. So let's keep it green, but let's lighten it up a little bit. And pull the saturation down just a little. And now we have a little green introduced in there. Next will be the cyans. If we want to see what it is, crank that saturation up, pull it down. And I see we have a little hint. That cyan, if you look at the color of the sleeve right there, it's cyan, but it's almost like a light turquoise. And I do like that color, so I'm going to leave that in the design. Next, let's go to the blues. Bring it down, crank it up, and now that's the main color of the fan. So if you want the main color to be purple, or in this case it's a teal color, you would change this particular blue hue. So I'm going to crank that up, and I'm just going to show you what happens when I change the hue. So let's say I want to go more purple. There we are, closer to purple. And I can bring down my saturation if I want it to be a duller color, closer to gray. I can crank it up if I want it to be a more vibrant color. And then I might also want to change my lightness and darkness here too. I think that's good right about there. I want a good amount of lightness, but I still want to be able to tell it's purple without it looking drowned out. And then the magentas, you can crank those up to see where the magentas are. And I kind of like the magentas as is. Of course, we did not save this gradient that we did, so I'm going to go back to my gradient fill, double click on it, and if I like this just the way it is, I'm going to click on the gradient, scroll down here, hit new, and now I have a new gradient swatch. And I'm just going to say okay, because the only reason why I opened it up was just to borrow from that. And now when I click on this gradient, I want to switch it. As a matter of fact, let me create another version of it. Let's duplicate this layer. In this one, when we recolor it, we're going to recolor it with the rainbow color. And if we want to see a little more of a certain color, let's say I want to see a little more purple here, then I would just bring my purple up a little bit. Allow it to take over more of this real estate. Okay, so now I have a little more purple there. But that works there. And maybe I need a little more red because I see more red in the jacket than I do in the hair. So we can choose to kind of force the red to go down further into the hair. Delete that orange a little bit. There we go. So now I have a little more of the red showing through. And it kind of matches the shoes there. All right, so we did hair. We colored the image here. The next thing we have to do is color and change the text here. So it does look like neon. We're going to right click on each of the pieces of text here just to see what the effects are. We'll double click on the effects for no crying. And these fonts you probably don't have on your computer. So when you go to upload these, these aren't fonts that I sell. These are free for personal use font. So this is Lovelow is the name of that font. And let's do a walkthrough. You're going to walk through every step of these styles. And what you're looking for is color. So bevel and emboss doesn't have any color in it. We're not going to change that. Inner shadow does have color. What I'm going to do instead of replacing it, I'm just going to do another instance of it. And in this case, since we don't have any pink, let's roll with Let's see how it looks to do. A little bit of that orange color, maybe that red to orange. Inner shadow, that color is going to change. Oops. Guess I can't go back. Let's do color overlay is white, so leave that white. Drop shadow is a pink, darker pink, so we're going to bring it down to a little bit darker red. Same thing with this hot pink. Let's find a red. So now I'm just replacing the color because I'm not going to duplicate all of these different ones. And switch it up a little bit. Let's try to put the orange or a really dark red in the background. Let's do the dark red. It makes it pop out a little bit more. There we go. And finally, the last drop shadow. If you see black or white, just leave black or white and only change the things that are colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save that layer style because I want to go back and save it. And it's just going to save it as style 41. That's cool because I'm going to go back in my history and keep my colors here, and I'm just going to duplicate this text. So we'll have text version 1, that'll be one colorway, and text version 2 will be the rainbow colorway. Okay, so now I can go back to my no crying, and I can go to my styles. I just created a new style, and boom, there it is at the end. And that's the beauty of creating your styles. You can save them. Now let's see if it works for the word pink. But we have enough colors where we can do different things. So let's do, for the at thee, I think I want to do more of like the yellow. Let's see. Now this one we can just over color because we created a copy of this text. So we're safe to change this to whatever we want. So darker color, I'm going to go with like the darker of the lighter teal. Oh no, we said we're going to do yellow. So we'll go with some of the oranges and yellows here. So move the lighter orange there. The drop shadow, we'll do a darker orange. Maybe almost that red. Linear light is appearing behind it, but I wanted to glow a little more, so I think I might choose a little bit lighter color. Next drop shadow, we can go with the reddish, or I can bring it to the lighter. I kind of like the lighter color. It's glowing at me. So this is just something that you're going to play with and you're going to make it your own. And finally, the last drop shadow, I'll leave it black. And here for pink. Because we have so many different colors in the shoe, we don't have to kind of repeat this. But if I wanted to repeat this from No Crying, the effect, I would copy the effect or copy the layer style, and I would just paste it here for pink and then adjust it accordingly. But because we have at least, what, 4 or 5 different colors to pick from, I'm going to switch it up a little bit. So we'll go back through our settings, start with the inner shadow. This time, let's do I think if I like the green teal, the blue, or the purple. Let's go with the purple hues. Now here we're probably going to have to make up some of these purples because it's not a lot of purple to choose from. And I can even choose purples from the camo out here. And this one for the color overlay is white. So we're changing everything except for the actual color. And I'm just picking around, and I have no objective right now other than just to feel how it looks and see if I want to change colors. And I think I'm going to go back to the main inner shadow color. I want to make it a little more neonish, so I'm playing with that purple. I think I like that purple. And then for the rule number now, the rule number can stay that green because it still goes with this theme. So now I have all of these funky colors, but they still kind of go with the same thing, and it really wasn't planned, but it just is what it is. And that's it. So I taught you how to change the colors of the hair and the outfit for Uncle Clifford, how to change the color for the text, and also how to do a gradient overlay for the background image. So now we're going to get into changing it into the football mode, where we are going to change the individual colors of the camo. All right, so let's save it. We'll save what we've done so far. Export, save for web. I save it at low resolution so nobody can steal your designs. And while I'm saving this, just a friendly reminder about the True Colors ink. Y'all please check that out. I'm going to be doing a promotion on that this week, so please be on the lookout. We're going to do a flash sale because I always do flash sale with the templates. I've never done a flash sale with the ink, and I really feel like it's about time for that. I also have the large format inks now for the T7270s, and you can also use them on the sublimation printers. Put that in my templates folder. So make sure y'all check out the ink. I have cartridges. We'll also do probably like a BOGO for the cartridges. I think that's going to be a good for the flash sale. Let me know what y'all want to see on sale, because I'm always listening to you all. Y'all are giving me inspiration. As a matter of fact, that's where this design came. Was it Monet? Is that you, love? That asked me to do this one. So I don't just take random requests and do all random requests. However, if it's something that enough people request, the first person that came to me and asked me to do something, or gave me the idea to do something, or provided a photo, some type of inspiration for the template, I'm usually giving that person a free template. So that's why it always pays to stay involved in the group, because when I ask questions and for ideas, I promise y'all are the ones that spark the creativity. A lot of times I'm sitting over here, I have so many templates we can play with, and I just don't know the new stuff to put into it. So y'all breathe the life into it. All right, let's go ahead. We save this one as is. Now we're going to go ahead and work on the next image. So we don't have to worry about coloring this image. I just want to show y'all how we can go from one theme to the next, okay? And y'all know that I am good for taking something that was meant for one theme and doing something completely different with it. So we can go from remembrance to graduation, which are two very momentous occasions, and use the same template. Like, I don't want you to think you have to have a new template for everything, although that might make me a little bit more wealthier for you to buy a template for everything. My goal is to teach you to fish and to help you utilize these tools and maximize your business potential. All right, so let's say this is one of your local football players, because y'all know we ain't going to be selling licensed stuff or whatnot. So this is one of your local football players. Mom wants you to make a cool shirt. It's a senior night, or maybe this is the first time getting to play football because last season they didn't get to finish up the season. So this is a big deal, right? We're going to pretend like this is an image Mom supplied, and we're going to make everybody in the family want one after this, okay? So right now we have the option to put the image in here with this mask. I'm going to pull it above because we have feet on here, I want to see them. Now, if we had like a part of the foot cut off, I probably would fade that off. but this looks good. We don't have to fade it off. However, let me show you how to fade something off. Most of you will have images that will have some kind of cutoff edge, and you know how I feel about those cutoff edges. So let me show you that step. We would create a layer mask, grab our paintbrush, make sure we have a nice big soft brush. And the way that you see your soft brush is up here with your general brushes that come free with Photoshop. Choose one of those fuzzy brushes, and you can increase the size so it can be as big as you want, and watch how I'm just fading that off. And it just looks a lot more natural than when this image just abruptly cuts off and looks like he's popping out of a slit in the background. Okay. Now, if I don't want the fade off, I can right click, disable that layer mask, and my image is right there. I didn't do anything to my pixels. Okay, that's one of the most important things we're learning in Photoshop, is how to design non-destructively. All right, so now I'm going to take this text copy. We're going to do one more copy, and this one I'm going to do in the colorway of the Seattle Seahawks. So let's turn off our gradient now. And we're going to go back to our color swatches. Now, the other thing we can turn off is the glitter. So let's say Mom's not a glitter person. Even though the shirt's for Mom, she just, can't stand glitter. Turn the glitter off just by selecting the eyeball on each of the layers for the glitter. Now, the reason why I have each layer having its own, each pattern color having its own glitter layer, is because if you try to do one glitter layer for everything, the difference in the layer effects, for instance, the blend mode, you're using multiply here, depending on the colors. This one uses divide. This one uses multiply. So depending on whether a color is dark or light on the value spectrum, you may use one blend mode or another. So that is just something you're going to have to play with and see what works best for your colorway. Speaking of colorway, we can go ahead and reactivate our swatches if I can find them. Those are our swatches, and I'm just going to recolor them. And this color scheme is very simple. As a matter of fact, I think it's really only 2 colors. So we'll do this color overlay. Let's do the bright green. And we may or may not find the green we want. I want you to notice something though. You see how I'm seeing this exclamation point? That's usually a warning letting you know that the color that you're selecting is out of gamut. That means your printer's most likely not going to recognize this color. You'll see it on your monitor, but it most likely is not going to print that type of color. And usually it's because the vibrancy is so vibrant that the brightness of your screen can detect it, but the printer can't manufacture that color. So if you click on the exclamation point, it'll take you to the next best thing, and if it's okay with you, just go with it. I might feel like I want it to be a little more green versus the yellow, and I can move that around and choose accordingly. Again, I get my exclamation point, I click on it, sends me to the next best thing. I'm going to go ahead and rock with that. Same thing with color 2. Let's double click on the effects there. And this one should be simple. It's a navy blue, but let me show you something. Let's say you know Team Colors. It's a website called teamcolorcodes.com. And we're just going to type in Seahawks. And this is all a part of learning too, because there are resources out there. And you don't have to make up everything. Guess what? There's a hex code right here for the green. We're going to copy it. And we get the wolf gray, so we might as well throw that wolf gray in there. All right, so this was, I'm supposed to be getting which color? The navy blue. Let's go ahead and grab the navy blue. So let's get the hex code for the navy. Come back over to our Photoshop. Well, instead of picking a color now, we're going to insert the color here where it has the pound sign. That's the hex code. All right, and then let's redo our green. Let's pick the green from the hex code selection too. And it may tell us that it's a dangerous color to try to print, but we can at least try it and get as close as we can to it. All right, and that green is very much different from the green that we see in this uniform. But that's what they're saying their green is. So if you ever have doubt, my thing is use two different colors and do a gradient. You can't go wrong with gradients. As a matter of fact, if I take that color right now and go from the brighter yellowish green we had to this green, then I probably would be okay. As a matter of fact, let's do this gray color as the third color, and then I'll choose the lighter, brighter green as our fourth color. So again, let's go ahead and make sure we choose the right gray. We'll copy this hex code and let's go ahead and paste it. Now, I will tell you this, no color is guaranteed from what you see on your screen. It has a lot to do with your monitor calibration, your program that you're working in, the color settings that you have set up, and ultimately the printer that you're going to print on. All right, so color 4. This one is the one we're just going to arbitrarily select a green out of the uniform. One of those kind of yellowish greens. I can't choose these colors down here because that yellow glow is kind of glowing on it, so it might be a little biased. And that's a safe color, so we'll go with that one. And now we have two different greens, so one of them is at least going to be what we need. So now let's focus on, I'm going to turn this extra layer of bricks off. I have this on top just to kind of give it like a little grungy brick appearance up top as well, but you can turn it off, you can turn it on. I'll let y'all tell me what y'all think in a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead and do our color changes. So we'll copy layer style from 1, paste layer style to pattern 1. Let's copy the layer style for color 2. Paste for color 2. And already it's starting to come together. And what somebody says, use white for the fourth color. I think white could really do well. Let's see, let's go ahead and put the gray in and let's see if the fourth color should be white or if we're going to use the green color. All right, so let's pick up color number 3, copy layer style, color 3 for the pattern, and paste layer style. And then finally for color number 4, we're going to copy layer style, come down here and paste the layer style. So I'm kind of thinking instead of doing the secondary green, let's try the white. And it's as simple as me just making 2 different versions of it. So if I hit the plus sign, it just duplicated that color overlay. And I'm going to make it white. I think the white does kind of bring it out a little bit. And then I could also, if I don't want a pure white, I can make it a lighter, basically like a really light gray. I could also throw black in there if I wanted to kind of ground it with a little black. That's completely up to you. Now I will bring my bricks back just to show you what it looks like with the bricks on it. I just think it gives it a little texture. It doesn't make it look so flat. But you can definitely turn it off or on. And as you can see, we're almost done with this. The only thing that we have left to do is to change the text here. So same old thing that we did before, nothing different. I'm pretty sure it won't say no crying at the pink. So let's think, give me an expression that we can say for this. I don't know if you all are Seattle Seahawks fans or not. That's not the point. What can we, like what kind of expression can we say here? So I can show you how to change the text. Even if you can consider that, let's say that this is your hometown hero. I know an expression that people say, what do they say, like leave it all on the field or something like that. Let's do something like that. So we're basically doing like a little motivational, inspirational kind of shirt. And let's take pink. Y'all let me know if I misspell something, because when I'm in design brain, for some reason, if I'm designing, I can't spell. Now, normally, I'm not that great of a speller either, but I'm pretty good at spelling when I'm like writing papers and that sort of thing. But if I'm doing art, it's like spelling leaves me. That's why I don't believe in multitasking. All right, so leave it all on the, and then I'll just decrease the size of this. I want y'all to see how you don't have to see something for exactly what it is. You can take it and envision what you want it to be. Oh shoot, I'm changing the text copy. That's not what I meant. I wanted to change just the words all on the. So Control T allows you to transform. And it just jumped to doing that. Might be doing a little too much with this treatment. And it's not my best typography because I feel like it could use a little something extra. And we could still leave like the rule 24.5 because maybe there's something that they want to put there. So-and-so high school, let's change it there. If I want to change that, I'm going to right click on rule 24.5, double click on the T there, and let's change it to your Eagles. I'm just going to call it Eagles. Even though I know they're not Eagles, they're Seahawks. I'm not trying to be get in trouble with these folks. They done missed all this money from sports season being closed down. They looking for somebody just so y'all know. Matter of fact, I do have to, some of my examples I used when I first started out, I didn't intend on doing them as templates. So I have some images that I need to switch out. So here's the deal. If you all go on my page and see any of the like football player ones that are like NFL, I need to switch those out. So if you can point them out to me on, I will make a listing on Facebook. If you can point them out to me, then what I'll do and suggest something to replace it with. So you have a local football picture, basketball picture, something like that I can replace it with. If I use your image to replace the image for that template, then you get that template for free. So let me do that now while I'm thinking about it. And I will make a post. All right. So you'll see that post on the NA Creatives Facebook group, and it's just gonna say to screenshot replacement football. Okay. So I need y'all's help, because otherwise, if I don't think y'all need it, then I don't get to it. All right, so now let's change these colors out. Now this is going to be a little odd because I try to leave the neon colors down here at the bottom where the black brick is because it gives it something to stand off on. So let's go to leave it, double click on the effects. Let's do color overlay. Oh, color overlay is white. I think we started with the inner shadow because bevel and emboss is white and black. Inner shadow starts where we change these colors out, and I'm just kind of arbitrarily picking some colors here. But I am varying the colors. I'm not just picking the same color every time. Sometimes I'm picking darker or lighter depending on what effect it's giving me. And then I want you to, play around with this. I'm clicking different places, and if it's giving me the desired effect, then I keep it. I'm using my eye. I'm not making this a science for you. I don't want it to be hard. I want you to be able to look at something, and when it looks like it appeals to you, then that's where you drop it off. All right, so that's the green. And now that I have this set up, if I want to use this green again, I can copy the layer style. And let's say I want to paste it on field, even though I already know field is going to be a different story. All right, I'm just going to right click and paste the layer style. There we go. And maybe I wanted this field to be a little bit bolder. So I'm going to come in and I think that's going to be my inner shadow that I'm going to change the color of. A little more green here. And then I'm going to push it with the distance, choke, and size until I see enough of the color that I want. So now it looks a little more neon to me. And let's do all on the... Now we can do it even like with the whites and grays if we felt like the navy blue was going to be a little too dark, which it very well may be. So let's try it out. Maybe I'll do equals in the navy blue. So all on the, let's see, basically what we'd be doing here is changing out the colors to be whites and grays, and let's see if that works out for us. I'm just bringing it over here to the white and gray area. And I still want it to look like it's glowing. And maybe even I'll let one of the colors be a green glow. And let's bring that one here. I think it looks good with the white. I'm going to darken it up a little bit so it doesn't look too glowy. We can go with a darker color, but I like how it's offsetting with some of that bright color. And this is me using the same fonts and everything. So you're absolutely welcome to change the fonts as well. These are just my suggested fonts for this particular template. And let's say for eagles, we want to do the navy blue. So let's double click on the FX. And let's start with the inner shadow. Let's go with that dark blue. And there's not a lot of variation here. Oh, for color overlay, I wasn't supposed to change that. Color overlay was supposed to stay white. And then I'm changing everything else but color overlay so that if I do want to change a little something later, then I can pull color into that inside there. And because I don't get a lot of variation in the navies, I'm just replacing it all with the navy blue. And then I can go back and make one of them be a lighter blue if I really want to. Alright, so for this one, I'm going to make it white. And it's not really white because it's got so much color fading into it. So I'm going to leave it like that. Let the dark color glowing from it kind of bounce off that background because the background is really busy now. I think that's it. I think that's it. Let me check on y'all to see if y'all talking to me because you know I'll be talking to myself and I forget that I have company. Okay, so somebody says my heart is on that field. And I have a design that says that too. That is a very, very popular expression. So if we didn't want to say leave it all on the field, we could say my heart is on the field or on that field. So absolutely, you can change these words however you want. I just don't feel like playing with the typography again if it don't fit. But absolutely, you'll be able to change that too. And let's say that this was a school team, so maybe I want to take the all on the, I'm gonna make a version here. And or let's just do like LHS. That way it could be somebody's high school initials. So you can kind of play with what you might do with some of these other elements. Maybe even sleeve design. I think we have enough words going on. And I don't want to make this too busy. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave that off. All right, so that's it. That's it. That's it. We have text copy 2, text copy, well, that would be text copy 3. So I'm going to call that text 3. Just go ahead and rename this for you all. Text 2, and then text 1. So you have 3 different colorways for this text to play with to make it work for you. And once you get over how you know what, our colors changed when we did the color overlay here. Oh, because I'm doing color and white has no color. So what happens is white is going to show up as white regardless of how we color over this. So if I want to do my gradient again, I would just take the white off as the top color overlay and let just some other color be underneath it. But that's something interesting. I'm glad we turned that on so we can see that issue. All right, so I'm ready to save this one as an example. Turn off for printing, and of course I turn off my color swatches. And then we'll just do save for web. $500. Oops, I gotta save it as version 2. So we'll say this is football. So now we have a rainbow version, I like to call like the Miami colorway with the teal and the hot pink. And then we have this Seattle Seahawks color. So either way it goes, we know how we can manipulate these colors, create a color palette, and from that color palette, we can let our imaginations run wild. Jackie, yes, I do have some videos starting from a blank canvas. I also have a course. We just did this course. I think you would like it. It is in the Academy, so I'm going to show you that course. Let's go to academy.innatelab.com. Now this it is a paid course. However, we did this one the other day, and we really did go 101 and this one 111 are all designed from scratch. So 111, we designed everything from scratch, and with this course I give you the lightning brush, I give you a cloud brush, I show you which fonts to download. They're free fonts that you can download. We do pretty much recreating this graphic here based on how we go through this video. Now that course, since it's not live anymore, it's supposed to be $50, so I'll take that price down. But it does walk you through, it's 3 hours. You get to see other students doing it too, so you get to see how they mess up, how we come out of it, how we fix mistakes, all of that good stuff. And that's available at the Academy. Also, if you choose to do the membership, you immediately get 4 classes unlocked for you, and you'll get this this first one that we designed from scratch. So 101, you get a free font with the repeat mirror font. You get a brush pack, so you have my brush pack, and you'll be able to use those brushes to create these designs. So we did splash paint, we brought an image in, we faded the image off, use the text in the background, and I think did some other like color overlays and things that I'm talking about today, but we definitely created that one from scratch. So if you decide to join the membership, it's $30 a month, but you get that course immediately. And that course is a $50 course. So you get these 4 courses. You get $200 worth of courses just for signing up. And then every single week, a new course is going to unlock for you. So for instance, the first day you sign up, you get 101 through 104 with the videos and all the templates that come with it. And then you will unlock course number, let's go to the courses. So after 104, 105 will unlock. So that's 104. 105 unlocks, and that's where we learned how to create patterns in Photoshop. And then 106 unlocks. That one is a template that we edited. 107 unlocks, let's see, 3 weeks later. So this one unlocks 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, etc. So every single week you're going to unlock a new class. And that is usually those pre-recorded classes are $50 each. So that's $200 value that you're getting every month just for $30. And you get free templates for the most part. You'll either get free templates, brushes, something that you're going to get extra to add to your arsenal every single time you take a course. Okay? So hope that answered a few questions there. Let me know. I'm just here answering questions now. So we're done with the template edit. So Deborah, right now I've been doing so much that my one-on-one has been almost completely booked. So what I'm doing at this point are the classes, and the classes are very small at this point. We're usually able to do almost a one-on-one effect. I definitely help everyone that is live in the course, and right now we have a live course coming up this Sunday. So Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is our typical times that we do our classes. I may switch it up if that time doesn't work for me or the majority of people. But basically for that course, we are walking completely through a project. And I'm contemplating what the session is going to be for this Sunday. So if you all let me know something that you really want to learn how to do, if you want to do another design from scratch series, we can definitely do that, and maybe do the all over. We can do different products. Whatever it is that you say you want to learn is what I'm listening to in order to teach you. So this Sunday is the next course. I have a list of things that you all have been asking me for. So let me know, why y'all alive right now? Deborah, is that what you would prefer to learn? Something that is in building from scratch? Now, even when we have our template, a lot of these are templates. You still learn a lot in our template classes because we're teaching you not only how to change the templates, but the principles of design. Using things like the layer adjustments and hue saturation adjustments, fading images off. We're always doing something every single class. It's never just like a cut and paste cookie cutter operation. You're doing something unique every class, and you're coming out with a final product for yourself. You do not have to do what I do. So when I supply you images, I'm usually doing that just because at the last minute you just didn't have your own photos together. But it's very rare that people even use my images. Most of the time you're going to be pulling in an image that you know you can sell once you finish that class. Yes, Deborah, that class, you do have to have Zoom. And what we do with the Zoom is I'm allowing people now to not have to have dual screens. It's always better for you to have dual screens. It makes your life so much easier. But if you can't do dual screens, then what you can do is you can watch through Zoom on your iPad or a secondary computer or device. Even like if you had to cast it to the TV or hook your TV up through HDMI, that's a screen you can watch me on, and then you work on your computer. and the computer that you're working on is going to have Photoshop on it, so you have to have Zoom on there so that if I need to, I can see your screen, and if I absolutely have to, I can take over your screen. So most times I'm letting you do all the work, and I draw on your screen, and I show you what to do with my little my pen. I'm drawing on your screen and telling you, hey, click here, do this, do that, and you get to follow with a almost one-on-one approach. And we make sure that nobody's left behind. As long as you did your homework and have the things prepared that you need to have prepared before we start session, then everybody ends up with the final product by the end of class. Something that you can show off right then and there. And yeah, it definitely helps to have dual screens. I took off the requirement because I didn't want people to be intimidated, since our classes are much smaller now. We don't have to worry about whether seats get filled up. That was our issue before. We had bigger classes and the seats would get filled up if people needed 2 Zoom seats in order to view on one device and use another device. And yes, the pen tools, absolutely. That is something that we just need to do a whole class on, and it needs to be something that that nobody's intimidated by. But that the pen tool is practice makes perfect, and I think that we put that on the list. If I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna check my little list. Where is it? Yep, pen tools on the list. Another thing people ask me to put on the list is basically creating like a Shopify store template and showing you all how to implement the store template and set up your Shopify stores. So if you're interested in something like that, that could be a course in the future. Some folks are asking how to do the 3D mask, how you make it look like your face. And basically you take a picture, take a photo, front view, side view of one side of the face, side view the other side of the face, and you merge those images together using the healing brush. That has been asked to be a class. Let's see. Doing a remembrance design from scratch. I think that's the next one that I'm going to do, because so many people in the groups ask how they can create a remembrance shirt from scratch. And of course we have several templates that you can choose from, but designing one from scratch, it does do a little different for you. So I'm thinking that might be the next one, especially since we're getting some requests to do some from scratch stuff. So we may do that on Sunday. But let me know. Okay, and let me see if we have any more comments. Well, thank you, Deborah. I appreciate it. And I think you'll find those resources like super helpful, especially if you go ahead and jump in and just start following along and doing the courses. If you just do one-on-one, you're gonna blow your own mind. You're gonna be like, okay, I can do this. One-on-one is from scratch, but it looks like a template that I might have created, but you're gonna create it from scratch, and it's gonna be your template. Matter of fact, when you create things from scratch, you should be trying to think of, how can I use this again? So that's going to be a big confidence booster for you. All right, so anyone else have any suggestions, any questions? I definitely want you all to check out, I can't even spell my website right now. Check out the website. Let me know what you would like to see next. Right now we have several templates. I think it's over 100 templates in here. Right. And you're able to go into each of these templates and edit them, unless it's a PNG. Like this one, the Biden-Harris one, is a PNG, so it doesn't have the characters independent. So if you want another version of it, you can let me know and I will create a different PNG for that. But it's only $5, so it's not like it's a Photoshop file. So these are just the templates. Then we also have the ink, the print head cleaners, which I keep kicking myself saying I'm going to do a video for you all showing you how the print head cleaner works. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I never like to think things are just that simple. So I do need to put out a video showing you how to do your print head cleaners if you really have a stubborn clog and the ink just will not come through. This is one of those things that can really change your life. Let's see, what else? Of course, ink, and the ink comes in the EcoTank bottles. Even if you don't have EcoTank bottles, you have the Workforce or EcoTank systems. You have the Workforce 7710 or other Epson printers. You can still use this ink. It comes with syringes so that you can fill your cartridges up with the syringes. Like I said, we're going to be doing a special soon, a flash sale on ink, and maybe that's what I'll do. I'll alternate flash sale on merchandise versus flash sales on the templates. I usually do a flash sale every single month. So looking out for y'all and trying to create new content, put new things out there, and give you some boosts when it comes to investing in your business. So let me know how you want to invest in your business. Is there something that I'm not doing that you want to see? I promise y'all I'm listening to you. Okay, so that's that. Yes, NF. Welcome. I'm glad that you are choosing sublimation. She says she's new to this, or he says new to this. I'm not sure. Is there somewhere where I can find what you recommend, like printers, etc.? Absolutely. As a matter of fact, in the description of this video, there's a link that takes you to the Innate Creatives Facebook group, and I have a list of items, or I have a collection of items that I do recommend. And if it's something that you want to know about that I don't have a recommendation for, just ask me in the group and I'll give you my recommendation for that product. And the way that the Innate Creatives Facebook group is set up now, it's set up so that you comment instead of posting, because it was so many different posts. I wasn't able to see when people needed help and where to get to them. So we had to make it so that when we post something, you're able to comment below it. So this one says show off your template edits, and this is where y'all can show off. Also, it's 10 o'clock, so I need to pick the winner for Wednesday. All right, look at this homework coming through. Look at Sharon. Okay. Oh, this was the course that we did. So when I do a course and you happen to take the course live, you also have a chance to win $100 worth of free templates. The way that you win is you participate in the homework, which is to go to the listing and post your classwork. So for Corey, I think, yeah, Corey, you're here. This is Corey's classwork. Yes, I remember. It looks good. And okay, Corey did some homework. Look at that. Loving it. Look at Vicky. Yes, and I see that. All right. Nakia. Good job, Nakia. And it just happened to be colors that you needed. So that's awesome. Van Teresa, yes, I see y'all. So yep, so this is homework. And basically once you when you do your homework and show off to the group what you did in the course, then you have a chance to win $100. So we only have 5 people in this class. So one person out of those 5 is going to get $100 in template credits to use ASAP. Okay. So I'll decide that off screen. I think we have one more. Oh, the other thing I'm going to tell you about, the affiliate sales payout program. So let's say somebody asks you where you got your template from, or where you got your design from, where you get your masks from, your blanks, because we have blanks, where you get your ink from, and you give them your link. So the link is, I believe, in the description as well. So once you, yeah, here it is, innatelab.com or innatelab.ositracker.com, and you sign up for a referral link. You give someone your link, and if they buy anything in the next 30 days, as long as their cookies are still enabled, then that sale commission goes to you. So this is like really an opportunity that I've been wanting to offer you all because y'all promote me so much to other people that I wanted a way to pay you all back. So this is a 10% commission that you get whether they buy templates, ink, substrates, whatever they buy. Even if they buy like if I have one-on-one sessions available and they do that. So as long as they're purchasing on their website, it tracks it for you. And then I pay these out every single week. So somebody last week got a $93 in commissions, and that wasn't even like a full week. So you all basically, I'm hooking you up for putting my name out there and my brand out there, and I appreciate it. Okay, so make sure you sign up for that. And we found out last session that you can use the commission link for yourself. So use your link when you go to buy stuff and it will give you the 10% commission for that. I didn't disable that feature. So you're able to order from your own link and basically get a 10% kickback. Okay? So a little cash back deal. All right, and I think I approved all of the accounts. So y'all, whoever signed up for accounts, as a matter of fact, if y'all want me to check right now, this is what it looks like if you sign up. If you sign up tonight, I will go ahead and check it. So let me give y'all this link real quick in the comments. So if y'all go ahead and set up tonight, because I have to do it now or I forget type person. So if you go ahead and do it now, I'll check you out. Okay, so y'all want to learn the printing steps for all over using the paper roll. And that is absolutely something we are working on doing a class for. Basically, instead of y'all just watching me do it and just, paying for that session to watch me do it, but you will be able to ask me. I want it to be interactive. I want you all to be able to do it at the same time, ask questions while you're working so that I get the real deal in real time questions, because you can watch something and not know what questions to ask versus when you physically doing it and trying to follow what I'm doing, then you can show me your concerns, you can show me your issues, we can address those issues live in full effect, just as if I was right there. Okay, so we are working on those classes. Now those classes will be more expensive. Those are going to be like $100 course because we're going to be spending a lot of time troubleshooting what your individual issues might be. Okay, and for those courses, we are considering doing them like once a week or once every 2 weeks, depending on how much you all really want to get into that. So we spend a lot of time on the design. We're going to start spending some more time with the physical work. And then also we're going to start getting into business building, building business credit and that sort of thing. So these courses are going to be building so that you are a well-rounded, well-established, professional looking, professional presenting entity, no matter what it is that you want to do. Yeah, so if y'all want to specialize in those all overs, I also am going to have a free session, a free webinar session that basically is an info session on what you need if you want to actually get a large format printer for under $5,000. You'll get brand new printer. You set it up with the conversion kit that I have. That's just literally ink cartridges that you fill up, the blank cartridges, sublimation ink, and you're going from there and setting up your 44-inch printer. And some of you may want to go with a 36-inch printer. It's about $800, $900 cheaper. But that might be the thing that's stopping you from doing all overs too. So if you get a 36-inch printer, you can pretty much do everything up to a 3X. When you get to needing to do 4Xs and 5Xs, you definitely want you a 44-inch printer. Or you can tile. Let's say you don't do that many 4X and 5Xs and you needed to tile. The only thing you had to tile for was 4X and 5X. That's not a bad deal. So if y'all show enough interest in that, then I will definitely go ahead and host that session where I'm pretty much taking your questions. I'm explaining to you what you need, what materials, what budget you need for that, and you can still press with your 16x20 press. you're just basically saving time on making those tiles. And Jackie, if you need to message, the best way to do is to go to innatelab.com and go to the contact us page, and that way it will send an email. I don't really check my personal messenger on Facebook too much, or if you message the Innate Creatives Facebook group, if you place a message under the help here. Let's see, helpful videos, post questions. If you post questions here, especially general questions, this is where I want you to post questions, and then that way somebody can get to you as soon as possible, whether it be me or someone else. If you want to actually like place an order or anything like that, the best thing to do is to go to contact us on the Innate Lab page, and we can help you with that. So yeah, y'all are pushing me on this all over stuff. I've been putting it off for a while, but I think it's time to do it. Time to do it. So let's do this. Do I have anybody that might be interested in doing that on Sunday? If y'all are interested in doing it Sunday, I can do that instead of the Remember Shirt design. We can actually do a physical session. And I know Corey's there a lot, so she might have some input as well. So yeah, let's do it this Sunday then. I got a little bit of time to get y'all ready and up and running. Now the issue is you're gonna have to already have your, okay, so I'm gonna tell you what you have to have. If you don't have it, then you can just watch. If you have everything that you need, I'm gonna keep it very simple, then you can participate. Sharon, you should be able to comment, and if you're not able to comment, what you can't do, you can't post anymore. It was just getting too crazy for me. So you can't post anymore, but you can make a comment under an existing post. So what I try to do was make enough topics that your question can go somewhere, whether it be print services, tech support, template help. This is just posting general questions that don't have anything to do with templates, affiliate commission, the True Colors ink, when we have flash sales, all of that. So you should be able to come here in this popular topics right here and choose one of these categories and find what you're looking for. Oh yes, Pamela, thank you so much. I'm so backwards. I didn't even let you know that you can purchase all over prints. So we do have an option here for our print services where you can upload your art and we will print the 36 by 44 size or the 40 by 54 size if you really need those 4x5x's. I would tell you to, stick to the 36 by 44 learning. So this is what we'll do. I have a foolproof way that involves a little bit of math that you can do to tile where you don't have to take it to an external program or that sort of thing. I did a video showing you how to do it the easy way with Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Acrobat. So this is what I'll do. I'll show you how to do it, and this will be our test class. So we'll do this Sunday. I'm going to show y'all how to do it on the computer, and then I'm going to have my prints already ready, and I will also show you how to do the tiling, and we'll press together. So it will be two parts. First part, we'll do breaking it down on the computer. So you're going to have a design already ready already. And we're just going to be doing up to an extra large. Anything larger than an extra large, you're going to need more pages. So I will show you how to do that. So let's do that let's do it Sunday then. It's about that time anyway. So I'll go ahead and prep that course, get it posted online, and you will see it when you go to academy.innatelab.com. You'll go to the live interactive courses, and you'll see it under that live interactive course, okay? So that means that we'll probably be doing this pretty regularly then. So what What day is best? Is Sunday evenings best for you all? Look at y'all. We could do an extra large with 4 pages. We just have to do it a little bit of a weird way to do it. And it's not really that weird. You just have to use a little bit of math. But I can basically, what I'll do is I'll create a special template for printing an extra large in 4 pages. Okay. And then all you will have to do is follow my exact steps on how to print. And only the people that take the class will have that particular information, because I don't want to create all these different templates out there, because y'all don't know how much time I spend. I ain't even gonna say waste, but how much time I spend explaining stuff. So the things that I want for you all to have access to that will be a little more proprietary, we'll keep those as a pre-recorded class. So then I offer the pre-recorded class. You won't get a chance to ask questions live, but at least you'll get to see it. So we'll do a full class, a live class, and then we'll save the pre-recorded version. And if this is something that you all want to do on a regular, I will agree to do it. So let's see what day is best for you all. Now, I will tell you this. So Noble Custom Tees, that's a great question. So for the all over print class, and I've been seeing other people offering for $100, so I'm going to offer it for $100 for the live class. If you want to do the playback will be $60. But if you want to do it live, it's going to be $100. It's a lot of work, and it's work for me every single time. It's not going to be as easy as some of these other classes. So it will be a $100 course. If you want to use your $60 credit, it will be $60 off of that $100 course. Or you can save, and let's say you don't care about doing the live session, you just want the information, then you can wait. Usually within 24 hours, I have it posted as a pre-recorded class, and then it will be a $60 pre-recorded class, okay? So live is $100, pre-recorded is going to be $60. So y'all want to do it Sunday? Let me know if Sunday's good for y'all. But yes, you can use the $60 credit towards this class, and you have the option to choose to do it live and use that $60 towards the $100 class, or you can wait, and literally 24 hours later you'll have access to that course. It just won't be because normally when I do classes like this, I don't let it be a part of the academy purchase, because it's usually what I call an exclusive class. So I'm going to do it one time as an academy class, only once as an academy class. And then from then on out, it's going to be an exclusive class, because we're going to basically work through your issues. All right. And then you all will teach me what you need to be taught. The course is going to be $100 to do the live session, and $60 to watch the pre-recorded session. And then if we end up doing it ongoing, then it'll always be $100 to do a live session for that course. It's a lot more prep work and a lot more stuff going into it. And we will do a $100 course where it will include the all over print. Okay, so we're going to do a version of that class where I will send you an all over print of your artwork, and I will give you the cover paper that you need, and we'll do it that way too. No, with the membership, it's only going to be $40. If you have the $60 membership and you use your $60 coupon code, it's going to be $40. But if you do the $30 membership, there is no discount for the $30 membership. There's no discount, and I'll show you. There's no discount on any of the classes. The classes are pretty much, the live classes are a la carte. The only way that you get a discount on the live classes is if you join the $60 a month membership. You get everything you get for the $30 a month membership, plus you get a $60 credit towards classes every single month. So that credit pays for itself, plus you get the $30 a month membership. So if you think you're going to do a live class every month, then you want to sign up for the $60 a month one. Yeah, and like I said, normally, like when we did, for instance, we did the WAP course, it was a highly anticipated course. We did that as an exclusive, so nobody could use credits or anything for it. But for this one, for the first time, I'm not going to do it as an exclusive course, because I want to see you all attend. I want to see what you all want to learn, and we'll do it as it'll be right here for the live interactive courses. and you'll see it up here, probably posted tomorrow. Okay. And when it has homework, and when I tell you the homework is required for you to participate, I need you to do that homework, because what happens if you don't have the homework done, it slows down the entire class. And I'm really patient, but not everybody in my class is patient. Not saying anything about anybody in the class, but they don't deserve to have to be patient if you know ahead of time what to do for your homework. So when I say something like go ahead and have a design already done, what I'm going to do from here on out is include my files, so that even if you don't have your own stuff together, at the very least, you're just going to use my artwork and my file. Okay, so you don't have any excuse why you can't participate. You'll have everything that you need in your course folder. So for instance, when you view a course, it's going to have a homework quiz. All that homework quiz does is it asks you, hey, do you have your stuff together before we start this class? And you're going to take that quiz. If you fail that quiz or get anything wrong on that quiz, it's because it's something that you need to do prior to class, okay? The next thing is it's going to have your course PDF. It's kind of like a syllabus of sorts. Like it's telling you, run it down, what you're going to need to do before we get started. And then it also at the end has your Zoom link. So you're going to join that Zoom link so I can see you live. All right. So for this class, you want to have Zoom on whatever computer we're working on, because I'm going to show you two things. That this is going to be a big class. This is probably going to be a 3 to 4 hour class. And I'm not exaggerating here. That's why I say it's going to take more prep work for me. The first part of the class is going to be preparing the artwork. The second part of the class is going to be actually doing the print paste up. Paste up is basically what I call whenever you're tiling or taping the sheets together. Okay. So if you don't have something to do, I'm going to give you, and we won't be doing artwork. So it's not like a template we're going to edit before class. If you don't have something done, I'll try to give you a generic image that you can print out and still use for something. But you have to also make sure you have your own shirt ready to go. Some kind of polyester shirt up to an extra large. It is easier to do with a 13 by 19 inch roll instead of the 13 by 19 sheets. It absolutely is, but sometimes those rolls get caught up in the back of the printer, causes issues with pulling the paper through, and then you end up with other issues too. So I get it both ways, whether y'all want to learn with the 13 by 19. We're going to do the 13 by 19 sheets because that's most common. And then if we have to do another class with the roll, you shouldn't even need another class with the roll, because once you know how to do it with the sheets, the roll is going to be even more of a feat that you can tackle. No, Deborah, don't worry about asking questions. I'm here right now just to answer questions. So I think you're asking questions a lot of other people want to understand too. All right. Yep. So yeah, in class, I make sure that no child is left behind. That I don't know if y'all have that. Is that just in Florida? Our motto for the schools, even though a lot of them do get left behind. So yes, I'm very patient. I just expect you to do your part, which is to come with your homework ready. And I will call you out if you don't have your homework ready. I don't do so in a bad way, but I will let you know, oh, okay, you just, showed up and didn't have your files downloaded, huh? So I just want y'all to do your part. That way we can get rolling. Because when we're rolling, we're rolling. I'm telling you, when we're all prepared and we come in there to class, like we are literally like on a roll. I barely have to stop. Like even when y'all need help, it's something that you're ready to handle and move on to the next thing. I come back. Sometimes I answer one person's question live and you figure out from that question that I answered live what you did wrong. So the live is definitely worth it for the one-on-one feeling without me having to charge a one-on-one price, because a one-on-one price is $90 per hour, and it's to the point where I might even have to change that because my one-on-one time is a lot more restricted now. So you get me for 3 to 4 hours and usually it's for 3 hours for $60. And we're having a final product by the end of that class. The course will start, I may have to start, I usually start Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? So I think we're going to stick with that, Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then that way it allows people that are all the way on the West Coast, time to do their Sunday activities, get themselves together. And usually they're about 4 hour difference from where I am. So 7 p.m. on a Sunday has been the best time to meet up. All right, so y'all have any other questions? Anything else that you're suggesting for that you want to see for this class on Sunday? I'm going to tell you that I'm going to suggest that you have the board, and I'll have all of that on the homework. If you have any kind of board, if you have cardboard, you're going to have something. I'm going to tell you what you should have for this course. Now, if you choose to have anything different than I suggest, matter of fact, we can't do that. If I tell you got to have a hardboard this size, go to Home Depot and get it, I'm going to stop being so nice, because I end up working myself to death being too nice. So if I tell you got to have it, that's what you have to have in order to participate in the class. Now, if you just want to watch it and you don't have your stuff together, that's fine too. But to do the computer side of it, you need to make sure you have Photoshop. To do the print and press side of it, you need to make sure that you have a board, but you do not have to press with me. You can press later. I just know that it's going to make it easier for you to do it in front of me, so then I can give you some feedback. And yes, all of my courses are for beginners that start with the number 1. So if you go to the Academy right now, and you might think I'm lying to you, but I'm not. Every last one of these ones that have a 1 in front of it, 110, 109, all of these are 100 level courses. They are all beginner courses. You can come to any of these classes. I've done all of them live. And the only time I've ever had anybody not be able to do something is because their homework wasn't done. Either they didn't have dual screen set up, if I needed dual screen set up, or they didn't pre-download their fonts and that sort of thing, so they ended up falling behind before we even started. But there has been no person yet that has started with me that did not finish a project. And all beginners, okay? So I just want to give you that confidence that when you finish, you will have something that looks just like this. It won't look much different from anything that I posted. So anything you create in that class is going to look like what I'm showing you right now. As a beginner, okay? And when you're looking for things from scratch, I usually tell you when it is a template design. So this one, you got a free exclusive template. This one, designed from scratch. So 101 we did design from scratch. 111 we did design from scratch. This was from scratch. Now, tiling the image with the F570 24-inch. What this is going to tell you is, based on what printer you have, how to use your math, okay? So the way that I've been doing it is showing you all how to tile it with Adobe Reader, okay? So there's 2 methods. You can do it with Adobe Reader, or you can literally go into Photoshop, tell it what size your paper is, and print off that particular paper with the dimensions typed in where you want the image. So I'm going to show you how to do it both ways. So this is definitely, like I said, this is one of those intense classes, but it will be a priceless one. All right, so 7 p.m. Sunday then. I have a little work cut out for me to prep for y'all, but I'm ready. I know y'all are excited about it, so that makes me excited about it. So for those of you who are the $60 a month members, you want to use your credit, yes, I'm going to let you use your credit on this one. Like I said, even though it's an exclusive class, this time I'm going to let you use your $60 credit. I probably won't allow that in the future, just because we'll see. We'll see. I might let y'all use it in the future. We'll see how this class goes and how much it drains me, and then I'll decide if we can do it discounted or not. Okay. I appreciate y'all. I see y'all still hanging in there with me. I know it's late and it's a work night, school night. So I definitely appreciate all your attention and also your input. Now, and someone also asked how many pages is the extra large. If you tile it with one method, it's going to be 6 pages. You can tile it with another method and get it in 4 pages for the manual method. So I'm going to show you exactly that, and you'll be able to decide which way you want to do it. I never told people how to do it measuring because measuring is probably not most folks' way of doing things. Matter of fact, I remember I would ask people to measure stuff for me, substrates and things. They were like, "Well, I don't have a tape measure," so I just kind of didn't tell that method. However, I see that it's popular now. The method is really popular to just know what you're going to cut and know those measurements. So I'm going to give y'all the trade secrets, okay? All right, loves. Oh, Noble Custom Tees and Apparel says, for newbies, I took a class, had never used Photoshop before, and I was able to complete the class and make a great shirt. Don't be afraid or intimidated. You can do it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that vote of confidence in everyone here. That's awesome. Okay, well, let me go ahead and get offline so I can start preparing for class Sunday. And I will make an announcement in the Innate Creators group. So make sure that you're there in the group. 3 tape measures. All right. And also, I'll let you know what things I'm going to suggest that you have as far as a paper cutter. You don't have to have a paper cutter. I use one, but at the very least, you want to make sure that you have like an X-Acto blade and a cutting mat. But if push comes to shove and you have to use scissors, you'll have that too. So, like I said, we're going to go through all those things. This will be a very, very, very thorough experience. And Corey beat me to it. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all for real. And until next time, bye.